The hidden prisons of SAVAK, where dissenters vanished beneath the surface of Iran's modern cities, hidden from public view, lay a network of secret prisons where the Shah's enemies were sent to disappear. These were not ordinary jails. They were places where time stopped, where screams were silenced behind thick concrete walls, and where even the most hardened opposition figures broke under the weight of unimaginable torture. SAVAK's hidden prisons were scattered across the country, concealed behind government buildings, military compounds, and underground chambers. Some were disguised as ordinary police stations, while others had no official existence at all. Prisoners were taken in unmarked cars, blindfolded, and driven through a maze of streets to disorient them before being dragged inside. For many, it was the last time they saw the outside world. Interrogations began immediately. The accused were stripped of their identities, reduced to numbers on a list, and subjected to relentless torture. Beatings were routine, but that was only the beginning. Electric shocks, waterboarding, and prolonged isolation in pitch-dark cells drove prisoners to the edge of sanity. Some were forced to listen to the screams of others, knowing they would be next. Psychological torture was just as brutal. Mock executions, threats against family members, and endless days without sleep broke even the strongest minds. Among the most feared prisons was Comité Prison, a facility in Tehran notorious for its brutal interrogations. Here, political prisoners, students, activists, and clerics were subjected to some of the worst treatment in SAVAK's arsenal. Another infamous site was Evin Prison, which would later become even more notorious under the Islamic Republic. In these places, people simply vanished, their families left with no answers, their names erased from official records. But the prisoners weren't just tortured. They were often forced to betray their own. Some were manipulated into signing false confessions, incriminating others in fabricated plots against the Shah. Others were turned into informants, released back into society with the impossible choice of either spying for SAVAK or facing another round of brutal interrogations. Even those who survived the hidden prisons were never the same. The scars, both physical and mental, were permanent. Some former detainees could no longer speak of what they endured, their silence a testament to the horrors they had faced. Families lived in fear, knowing that asking too many questions could lead to another disappearance. But SAVAK's secret prisons were not impenetrable. Stories leaked out, whispers of survivors, smuggled letters, and testimonies from former guards who defected. When the revolution came, these prisons became symbols of everything the Shah's regime had tried to hide. Furious crowds stormed the facilities, tearing down walls, releasing prisoners, and exposing the dark reality that had been kept from the public for so long. The hidden prisons of SAVAK were meant to erase opposition, but instead they fueled the rage that brought the monarchy to its knees. The very fear that kept people silent for years became the fire that set them free. And when the Shah finally fled, the doors of his secret torture chambers were forced open, revealing the true cost of his reign of terror.